As she's adjusting her camera, and the shot begins right here. Hey, you're watching The Appreciationist. My name is Peter Hartman.
Hi, I'm Valerie Soule.
Hi, I'm Samantha Barley.
And tonight we are talking about a passion for life. But before we get to that, I just want to give you a quick update for the Law of Attraction for this week. I want to let you guys know what we have it on our calendar. You can find that at thelawofattraction.ca and just click on calendar. But here we are. We have an event coming up on, I pulled it up here, on the 4th of July. I'm saying it that way. It doesn't mean anything for us. It means something for the Americans. But on the 4th of July, we're going to get together downtown Lawford. We're going to talk about acceptance and how to react to negative situations. So I actually received a request from 2 people to do this. So I decided to put it on the calendar. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Acceptance and how to react, how to respond to negative situations. That's going to be July 4th. And then we have another meetup, a French meetup, Les Secrets de la Loi d'Attraction. La loi de l'attraction. I'm saying it incorrectly. Val can say it better than I can. Val, what is it called?
It's Les Secrets de la Loi de l'Attraction.
Perfect. And that's going to be on the 24th of July, and that'll be at 6:30 p.m. So definitely go over there and check it out. Sam, you got anything coming up?
Sure do. So this is with Self-Discovery Montreal. You can go to samanthabarley.com. SamanthaBarley.com and click on events to find it easily. So Friday I have Change Your Life Now group life coaching. I'm trying a new location on Park Avenue, so it's called Milton B, and somebody from our group has been there before and she said it was great because it's sort of quiet and stuff, so I'm trying a new spot. There's a few spots left, so that's Change Your Life Now. That's Friday at 7. And then Monday, July 3rd. I don't know if July 3rd is a special day. July 3rd. Not July 4th. I'm doing improv. So we're going to go for improv. We're going to Improv Montreal. We're going to do an improv class and then have a discussion after. So go for a drink or a coffee or something like that and discuss like how was our experience. It's always a lot of fun. It's full right now, but join the waiting list because I think people get scared last minute and they change their RSVP. That's what's happened the last few times. So join the waiting list and I'll let you in. That's Monday at 7.
Don't be afraid. I hear great things. People love it. You leave your comfort zone. You learn new things. No one has ever died, as far as I know. Only mutilation. No one has ever died. So that went dark. That went to a dark place. You're not going to be hurt whatsoever. You're going to have a lot of fun. Definitely go out and do something like that. You can find that at samanthabarley.com and you click on
Events,
and that'll bring you right there. And don't forget the
reason I say that is because with Meetup, I've noticed when you do searches for things, it's really not great. Yeah.
I agree. Awesome. You guys, the most important thing we do during the show, what is that? What do we do? What's the most important thing we do?
What's for dinner?
A moment of appreciation. Yeah,
appreciation, that's right. More appreciation. For Sam, it's what's for dinner, but that's out. Although you can stick that into a moment of appreciation if you ate something pretty cool. Like I had a poutine with Parmesan cheese. I never had that, and now it's all I can think about. Sam knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's about to choke on her water. Moment of appreciation. That's right. That's where we look back at the past 7 days and we pick out something that we appreciate. It could be something good that happened. That's easy to appreciate. Or it can be something that wasn't so great, but that we can see the value in today. So, would anybody like to volunteer, or should I go first?
I'll start.
Well.
On Saturday, I went to Vermont just for the day. But yeah, I mean, you know, I love driving. I don't mind driving down and coming back on the same day, especially when it's a beautiful day. And it was for a ceremony. It's for a friend of mine who died 3 years ago, and that was a dedication to the cross ceremony. I had never been to a ceremony like that. And what I enjoyed about it is that it didn't feel like a funeral because it's 3 years later. And so people were not crying. People were just sharing, you know, fun times that we had with my friend. So it was just nice memories. It was, I thought it was it's not a tradition. I don't think people do it necessarily, but, you know, like getting together over our experiences of one person who's now passed away, but years after the funeral, I think it's great because then it's a great moment, and it was very, I don't know, it warmed my heart that I got to meet new people I didn't know, and they got to meet me. You know, it's not like I know the whole family, so I just thought it was a nice experience, and I didn't expect it to be sad, but I didn't expect it to be or for me to see it that way. So it was, yeah, I enjoyed it.
That's really awesome. I like that. I'm gonna put that in my will, you know.
Yeah, get together every 3 years and remember me.
That's right. I really like that. That's cool. I like that. And you had a nice drive. It looked beautiful. It was a nice day for it.
It was beautiful. It was, yeah, it's always a nice drive. I go, I take the road of the islands on Lake Champlain, so it's beautiful.
Excellent. That's really nice. Well, that's cool. How about you, Sam? You got a moment of appreciation for us?
You can go.
Well, we went out on I don't know what day of the week, Monday it was, and we were looking for a nice spot, some beautiful nature and some plants and whatever. Sam was looking for,
I was looking for that.
and we ended up going to Jean Drapeau, and then we got a wild idea to go to the casino. It was weird to go to the casino. It was like daylight outside on a Monday. It was like a Monday afternoon, but it was really great. Went in there, walked around with $5, just playing slot machines, watching people lose their money. It was just a blast. I mean, it was so much fun, you know, there's a lot more I can say about that, but it was a lot of fun. It got me in the mood to do a lot more things like that. I actually thought about doing a poker night / comedy show for us here, only to find out that running your own poker tables is illegal, so I will not be doing that. But it was very beautiful to be out there. Got to see trees from different places. I didn't know that the area around the casino was that beautiful. I mean, you see some sad people in there, but some really sad people. You just their head in their hand. Hopefully they learned the lesson. But it was actually a lot of fun. It
was fun for us. We weren't sad people. I lost $15. That was it, you know. So I paid $15 to have a super fun experience. That's part of my moment of appreciation. So I'll cut you off now. Yeah, so slot machines, all of that, seeing everything, like, well, all the plants and stuff. There was like even an herb garden outside. So we had a lot of fun there. And then we totally lost track of time. It was like really crazy. Like we really lost track of time in there. And then,
well, it's how they designed the casino. They designed the casino as a time thing. They want you to lose track of what's going on.
Yeah. And then seeing you play blackjack and then win $10 and then lose $10 and then you're poor. So
I lost 20. I played 10. I won 10. Then I lost it all. Yeah. I couldn't help myself. But I promised myself one turn at it, and that's what I did. I'm pretty good at that stuff, you know. I lost $3 that day. That was the end of it. I know some other people. I won't name them. They're not in this room right now. Who you know, losing, how to react to negative situations. I think they need that session. And there were some people that we saw there. Look, I'm sorry, but I really have a lot of fun watching people lose their money. It's just a total blast. It's just, especially when they argue with the people who are there. Anyway, I'm going to get off that subject. Casino was a lot of fun. Nature was a lot of fun. But then I also performed a second stand-up comedy show with my brother at L'Unique, Brasserie L'Unique. That was here in Montreal. And it was a blast. That worked out very well. We did even better than the first time. We cut out the thing that didn't work. We added some other things. So everybody thought it was just absolutely great. So I'm flying high on that memory still. I'm hearing a squeaking sound. Do you hear a squeaking sound?
It may be the water fountain that's not far from me, but I don't know if that's what it is.
I think it's out my window. All right. All right. Anyway, that's it for me. Comedy show, casino. I mean, God, I've been having a great weekend. This has just been a lot of fun. I do need some sleep, so maybe I'll appreciate sleep next show. I promise in the next show I will be completely well rested. That's never gonna happen. Okay, that's it for me. Sam, did you have another moment of appreciation?
Yep. So we'll continue with the casino. I spoke with my mom. My mom's coming to visit, so that's a moment of appreciation that hasn't happened yet, but she's coming to visit next week. Yeah, next week before she moves to Mexico, and she's super up for going to the casino. She's never been before, so that's pretty interesting.
What?
Yeah, never. I don't know how you live here your whole life and never go. I don't know. Val, have you ever gone to the casino?
I think maybe only twice. It took years for me to go, but
yeah, but even that, like, because us, it was like over 10 years ago the last time we went, and this was only my second time. But yeah, so she has never gone, so she's interested in that, so I'm super excited for that. My other moment of appreciation is Saturday. I had a group discussion about happiness. It was supposed to be Friday, but Friday rained, and then Saturday was beautiful. However, the weather turned as we were like in our last half hour of the group. So like we're sitting there, it's like super fun. We're sitting there outside, it was beautiful, enjoying our happiness discussion, and then a few drops, and I was like, oh, it's gonna pass, and then like wind, and then it just pours, like it just starts pouring on us. People are like getting out their umbrellas. My sheet is like soaked, and we're like, okay, let's get out of here. We ended up at a coffee shop on Wellington Street, Baobab, and then it cleared up completely, and so we ended up on the terrace and went longer with the discussion and talked about happiness, and like I think we were like 10 or so, and it was just like very fun to experience that. Everybody was in a good mood. We were all a little wet, but we were like, this is a fun experience. How can we see joy from this moment, you know, instead of complaining, blah, blah, blah. And so it was a lot of fun. It was good.
I like that. Did you know, did you expect that it might have rained, or were you prepared for that possibility?
I wasn't, no. When I see like 40% chance, I assume no, just because.
Well, I don't even think it rained everywhere in Montreal, because I mean I came back Saturday night and I talked to people who said it had been beautiful all day.
That's it. Like, and so I usually hope for the best, and I'm usually right. This time, nope.
Did most people sort of react okay to that situation, or did anybody like not like it?
No, they were fine. I mean, I don't think like it wasn't like everybody was smiling and happy as it was happening, but nobody was like in a bad mood, and we were all just like solution oriented. Somebody was there. She was like, "Oh, how about we go to Baobab?" And we're like, "It's a block away. Let's go." And so we all just picked up, and I had like sopping wet sheets, like super heavy carrying. I'm like, "All right, it's okay."
That's funny.
Yeah,
well, that's really cool. Well, like, those are great moments of appreciation. Thank you guys so much thank you gals so much. Thank you folks so much for sharing that with us. If you have a moment of appreciation you'd like to share with us, you can send that over, or better yet, join us on the show. The show starts at 7 p.m. every Wednesday and you can just come on, you'll click on the link that we post on the meetup page at meetup.com/TLOA. TLOA is in the law of attraction, MTL as in Montreal. Click on that link and you'll be able to pop onto the show. If you're watching this right now and you're trying to get on, I know some people were trying to get on, just click on the link that we posted on our meetup page, and you'll be able to pop right in with your camera and microphone, or just microphone. All right, the topic for tonight. A passion for life. I like this topic. I think it's a fairly simple topic, but it does get people bogged down in the weeds sometimes. You know, Val, maybe you've talked to people who either want to find a passion, or feel guilty that or feel bad that they don't have a passion, or, you know, how important is it to have a passion for life? In your mind, do you think that's something that it's important? Do you think that people have unrealistic expectations on how long they'll stay in that passionate state? You know, people think, oh, I'm going to feel a high on life for forever now. I'm going to feel this way for the next year or two. Or do people have false expectations about their passion for life? Is it a realistic thing to assume that you can find it? Is it for everyone? What's your opinion on people and their feelings about passion for life?
I think it's too much pressure. I don't think we come into this world with that expectation from the world or our family or anybody saying, okay, oh well, remember, you got to find your passion. I'm like, no, where is it? Is there like a board somewhere with like check, you know, like a list of things that you need to check? Oh yeah, find your passion. You know, I didn't have it when I was young. I had never heard of it. And I knew people who were passionate about some stuff, some activities or their work, but I didn't think it was like mandatory, you know? So I think it's just too much pressure. If you have it, great. If you don't, well, you probably are interested in something, more curious about something. That's often what you say. And then follow that. And, you know, that should be enough. And that should give you contrast enough to go in a direction that feels good.
I like that. How about you, Sam? What do you think about passion? What you think people put pressure on themselves? Is it possible to maintain that level? Do you think people have unrealistic expectations? Like, what do you feel?
Yeah, I see it similarly to Val, that there is a lot of pressure when it says find your passion, like your passion, one passion. Like, I don't know. It seems like too much. And so, like, yes, we can find, there are people who can find like really things that they're very passionate about, and that's like it absorbs them and it's their work, or it's like a hobby or things like that. It's possible, and I definitely suggest looking for something like that. But I don't think it's necessary to have a passion for life. Like I don't think like you can have passion in like what we did on Saturday, it was Monday, just going and being passionate about what we were doing. Like for me, I was super excited to be looking at the different herbs and trees and enjoying the outdoors. And for me, that felt like passion. That felt like just pure in the moment, enjoying myself. And then the whole evening, like the whole rest of the thing was like that, just enjoying yourself. I think that that can be passion. I think that just finding those things, and I think people can do that if they choose to do that. Like if they choose to look around and say, okay, what can I enjoy right now? What is going well? What can I get? What can I appreciate, right? Like the Appreciationist. I think that the more that you appreciate, the more your life feels passionate. It feels like there's more passion in there.
I like that. The way I see it is that, I like passion because unlike feeling happy or sad or feeling interested or feeling good in different ways, like you can feel happy just accidentally, right? Something could just pop up in your frame of view and you can feel happy or feel sad. You can feel that way randomly at certain times. You can just wake up in a good mood or wake up in a bad mood. Those feelings are just there. And whereas passion, I feel like doesn't happen accidentally. You have to sort of like stoke those flames. You have to sort of be prepared for it and interested and willing and like push yourself. Even in the moment of passion, you have to sort of like give yourself over to that experience with deliberate intention. You can be in love with your partner, but to have a moment of passion with them, it takes a strong willingness. And that's where I see passion as being I make a distinction between having a desire for something, which can be satisfied, which can make you feel good, which can, help you in different ways, versus a strong desire, which is compelling, which is absorbing, which sort of requires you to be in a place where you can embrace it, where you can integrate it. So I think there's the small p passion, where we experience moments of passion throughout our lives. We experience moments throughout the day even. But then I think there's an overwhelming sort of passion for life, where you've given yourself over to, as much as you can, and it won't be all the time, to enjoy the different aspects of life, no matter what they are, not only the good parts, but the parts that are not so great as well. To really, I see that when parents have kids, they sort of, the baby is just there, they're in their arms, it's just been born. You can see this sort of mixture of fear and joy in their eyes, and they're passionate about this child. And there's going to be ups and downs, and they're full of fear and doubt and worry. But it doesn't affect the fact that they feel that passion, because they've given themselves over to this joy. They've given themselves over to this experience. And when I talk about a passion for life, I'm really talking about both things. I'm talking about what you folks are talking about. Absolutely. I think we put too much pressure on ourselves to feel a passion. We put too much pressure on ourselves. There's nothing that says you have to, like Val says, check a box. This means that your life is a success or anything like that. But I do want to encourage people to, I think it's more important to seek out passion for life than it is to actually experience it. I think it's far more purposeful to seek out something that can fill you with passion, that can make you feel absorbed with life, than it is to actually find it. And I think the pressure we put on ourselves is to accomplish this passion, whereas I want people to put the pressure on themselves just to seek it out. Because I believe in that action of seeking, you're going to experience a far greater pleasure and joy, far greater likelihood of pleasure and joy and happiness, even if you never find your passion. So when I'm talking about a passion for life, like, I want people to, like, I'm gonna bite that apple. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to seek it out. And yeah, it's going to get messy, and yeah, it won't be good. But heck, if I can't, heck, if I am dissatisfied with just sitting back and letting life happen to me. I'm happy when the right person gets elected into office. I'm happy when the food turns out the way I like it. And I want people to sit there looking at the menu and being like, I want to find something that changes me. I want to find something that's interesting. I want to do something that expands who I am.
So it's the drive. It's the drive that you want people to have.
Exactly. That's exactly right. When I'm talking about a passion for life, I'm looking for a drive. And sometimes that drive is frustrating and annoying and full of obstacles. But it's far better to, I love being around people with drive. I mean, I don't know how you feel about that, but I mean, maybe too much drive or you're a little annoying, you know, sometimes just sit still for a bit. But it's fun to be with people with drive, Sam.
Well, and I would say, just like sort of striving for the drive and saying, okay, I'm going to search, I'm going to look, I'm going to try and find a passion or try and find something I can be passionate about. And having that be the point does let the pressure off, because then you're not like, oh, I haven't found it yet. Oh, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Like, because then you're missing the point. The point is really to enjoy yourself. The point is to feel passionate as you're looking for a passion, sort of thing. So just that sort of way of seeing it takes off the pressure of like, I have to find a specific thing. It's like, no, I'm gonna go and have fun. Like me with my gardening and stuff, like that's what it was. And now it's more of a passion. And sometimes I feel passionate, sometimes I don't, but like it's a strong interest that just started with, I'm bored. Like, I need something to feel better, you know? And I was like, what can it be? And that's how it starts, right? And so, yeah, just letting the pressure off that there has to be a specific thing or, yeah.
I like that. Val, isn't it interesting how what Sam is saying, that, you know, often our passion or what can thrill us or drive us in life starts off in a place of boredom, frustration, irritation, dissatisfaction. Isn't it interesting how passion, you're not just like born with passion, that it comes out of a place of not being happy with what things are, or it's not enoughness or something like that. Isn't it weird that that's where passion starts?
Well, I don't know if it's weird, but it makes sense to me, and I think it's beautiful that it comes from all kinds of, you know, different places. And at the same time, what is good about it is when you have that drive, if you know that it can come from anywhere, then you have more of an open mind, instead of, oh, this is how it's supposed to happen, this is the process, this is, oh yeah, this is the sign that whatever. No, like you don't know. And I think it's always best, because when we try to control things too much, it's like, oh no, not good. So I think it makes it more fun. It's like, okay, I have no idea what it's going to look like, but that opens our mind, and I think this is always good.
Absolutely. If you want to, like Val was saying, if you want to sort of experience a passion for life, opening your mind up to experiences, open your mind up to new information is a great place to start, right? Start putting those ingredients in your mind, start planting those seeds in the garden of your mind, like Sam would say, plant the seeds in the garden of your mind so that you can cultivate that and see what happens, you know? When I was younger, I learned how to do the Rubiks Cube. I don't know if you guys ever played with that, but when I was younger, Tom used to do the Rubiks Cube, and he learned how to solve it, and it was just very frustrating to see my brother solve this Rubiks Cube. I mean, as a twin, it ain't cool at all. Oh, by the way, I meant to show you this. This is a picture of us on stage there. Since I'm talking about Tom, I'll remember that. That's a memory. I have that memory, at least for as long as I have it. I have that memory.
I love it. Love that picture.
So nice. Yeah, so he saw the Rubik's Cube, and he said, "Hey, Peter, you can do it." And I was like, "No, I'm not smart. I can't do that. I don't want to tackle that." I could see him doing it. It didn't look easy. It didn't look fun. Well, I mean, it kind of looked fun, but it looked like it was going to be a headache. But he kind of like encouraged me, and you know, I'm the type of person, I like to copy my brother. I like to go follow in his footsteps, see what he's doing. So I started learning how to do it. And I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. And at first it was extremely frustrating. I banged my head against the wall. I wanted to give up. But something just told me, just dive into it anyway. I mean, what else are you doing? You know, you can do this while you're watching TV. I do it while I was on the metro, on the bus, traveling. I do it when I'm sitting at work. It started becoming a stress reliever after a while. And then there was one day, eventually other people started seeing it. Tom and I solved this Rubik's Cube, and other people in the office and workplace started practicing and doing it. We encouraged them, told them they could do it. They learned how to solve it, the ones who decided to stick with it. And then one day I was on the metro, and I used to challenge myself. I wanted to get it down under a minute. I wanted to be able to solve this Rubik's Cube in the time that it takes to get from one metro stop to the other metro stop. So metro stop comes, and it's the stop that I'm going to get off at, and I start doing the Rubik's Cube. And I'm doing it, flipping through it, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds, bam, and I'm completely absorbed into this Rubik's Cube. And when I solve it, I scream, ah, I did it! And then I look up, and the whole cart is cheering for me they're applauding because they've all been watching me solve this Rubiks Cube, and I've been completely absorbed in what I was doing. And that feeling of exaltation, and then the surprise that everybody else was exulting with me, with everybody else is feeling good with me, that's a memory that stuck into my head that really changed me. It changed the way I viewed problems. It changed the way I viewed things that I thought were hard to do. Now, when you are living a life of passion, when you are doing that, you might find yourself completely absorbed in what you're doing, but the world around you is being affected by you. It's being affected by your state of being. And whether you notice it or not, there are these benefits that are unseen when you seek out a passion for life, when you seek out a drive for life. There are these benefits that are unseen, and these pleasures that are on their way to you that you might not know, and the memories that you create when you do something like that. I don't know about you guys, but I am so in love with giving myself experiences that I can later draw on. You know, I really love that idea. And so I'm looking for those small victories. I'm looking for those small opportunities, those small steps to integrate within me. And then when I speak to a person, when I'm in a situation that's complicated, I just draw on that memory. I draw on those moments, and it gives me the fire in my belly. It gives me the fire that doesn't let me shut up. That lets me dominate a whole conversation here. So it lets me do that. So I really want people to go out there and seek out a passion for life without putting the pressure on yourself for finding it. And the funny part is, just like Sam was saying, is that's how you'll find it, right? That's how you get to it, when you don't set a standard, but you just move like a child would.
And also sometimes when it's a passion that is just natural, that comes from something you're interested in, you know, and you don't even think of it as a passion, you're just interested in it. But then, you know, I always find that if you let go of it, eventually at some point, it always finds you back. It's something that just follows you, or you come back to it. It's just, you don't even have to worry about it. It's almost like, you know, you just like two rivers that just come back together eventually. So it's I find that also this is a comfort in a way. It's like you don't have to, you know, there's no pressure. It's like if it's in you and it's something that you're interested in, and that gives you life in a way, that gives you enthusiasm or joy or whatever, then you'll find your way back to it, or it will find you. So because you're, you know, anyway, in terms of law of attraction, you're on the same frequency, so you can't avoid it.
I really love that, and I love what you're saying there, Val. It's one of the biggest motivations that I have for doing the things I have in life. The moment you have any type of experience, especially one like passion, you are fundamentally changed. You are changed as a human being. You're no longer the same, right? You've been flavored, you've been colored, and later on down the road, this flavor, this color that you've incorporated within you might become useful, and you have no idea. I just love having a pocket full of these memories, these tools, these activities, moments that you can rely on. I got there in a very weird pose.
Yeah, you were stuck.
I saw my face like just stuck like that. It was kind of weird. It kind of threw me for a loop there. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm preaching to you, but I'm really preaching to the rest of the world. I think we're all on board here. Sam's just laughing. Sam, you have something to add?
Just that, like, not everybody feels this way. And like a lot of clients that come to me, it's like they're feeling down and this sort of stuff. And so, I mean, you often say, what is it that you say about, like, if you're not interested in something, like,
you spoiled my punchline. All right.
Oh, okay. Just say your little spiel, because
right.
I know a lot of people might be listening and they're like, but I don't feel this way at all right now. And I can talk from personal experience in my past. I really, like, I'd be like, whatever. I don't believe whatever they're saying. You know what I mean? So do your little spiel.
Yeah, well, I was going to save it for the end for the weekly boost. I'm going to say it now. I was going to ask you folks, like, how do you generate passion? How do you even begin doing that? But I'll say it now, since it's 7:30. We got to get going. If you don't have a passion, don't worry about it. Just follow your interest. Okay. If you if you don't have an interest, then follow your curiosity, and that will lead you to your interest, which will lead you to your passion. If you don't have a curiosity, well, then you're screwed. There's nothing I can do. I can help you out. You're doomed. You're doomed. But don't worry about it, because if there's something that's the same with children born in China or children born in Canada, is that all people are born with curiosity, and all you have to do is be willing to pull on those threads and to follow those steps, and to just be interested enough in the world to move forward and to pick something to go, a road to go down, and it will lead you to something, to more information, to more experiences. That will lead you to interest, which will lead you to passion. So don't worry about it. It's not hard. Don't start at the top of the hill. Start at the bottom of the hill and take that first step. What are you curious about? Are you guys curious about anything? I'll leave it on that. Are you guys curious about anything?
Something new? Something new?
We were curious about the casino. I was curious. She wanted to drive out to Vermont. What are you guys curious about? You guys are curious.
I'm curious about dal soup. I'm making dal soup. That's why I was disappearing during the show. So I'm very curious about that. It's always fun to try and make something new. I'm curious about nutrition. What else?
I'm curious about, I'm just continuously curious about people and just always wondering, why did they do that? Why wouldn't they do this? What makes people tick? Like, what's going on? And it helps me to understand myself more. I'm extremely curious when it comes to people, to politicians, to celebrities, to all kinds of people. Just, I used to sit down for the longest time wondering what is going through their mind. And now, you know, let me to hear. What about you, Val? Are you curious about anything?
I can't think of anything right now. I mean, yeah, I'm curious about Sam's soup, actually. Can't wait to hear. Find out if it's good or not. It's like, okay, let me know, because it sounds good. Not that I want to bring back the segment of that show, but I don't know. No, honestly, I mean, yeah, driving to Vermont or whenever I'm driving, it's what I'm curious about is that it's different every time. So every time I'm like, oh, yeah, is that going to be sunset time? Is that going to be, you know, and so that's always fun. And oh, well, one thing I realized, I think by talking to some friends of mine, that sometimes in my life, I don't want to have all of the information about something, because sometimes I'm willing to, okay, let's see if I can wing it, you know, so in some way. And so I realized that about myself, and that's kind of fun. So it's being curious about, okay, what can I do with that? How am I going to react in that situation? So it's yeah, it's a bit the same as when you're interested in people and you know, how they would react in this or that situation. So it's that kind of stuff.
I like that. I was actually going to say that. I was like, I know exactly what Val is curious about. It's actually very similar to what Sam and I are interested in. I think we're all that way. Just want to know, what can I do? What else can I do? What's in me? What am I capable of? How will I expand? That's what I'm curious about. How will I expand? What will I create? And so, and I think we're all very familiar with winging it and loving to do that. It's fun to just get enough information to start, and then just give me the ball and I'll figure it out. You guys have been really awesome this episode. I know Sam's soup is on the stove, so I gotta let you guys go. Thank you so much for participating with us. Thank you to our viewers out there watching. If you have something you want to talk about, feel free to send us a message. If there's a subject for the show that you'd like, please let us know. And tune in next Wednesday for another exciting episode of The Appreciationist. Take care, everyone.
Sam, wait for me. I'll be there in half an hour.
All right, see you soon. Bye, everybody. Bye, Peter.
Everyone.